My hair really getting that curly. Lockdown 2.0. Here we are. 1 week in. 3 more to go. Boris has shut the gyms. He says, you will get coronavirus if you go to the gym. Now, the good thing about this lockdown is we know when it's going to end. So the last one, we were unsure of when it was going to end. So a lot of us, well, me included, just went completely off track. I become a slob, watched Netflix every day. My diet was absolutely dreadful. My protein intake was probably about 3 grams per day. The first thing you need to do is assess your situation. So if you've got plenty of load, you've got barbells, dumbbells, you've got different weights that you can use to effectively overload the muscle, you can just carry on as normal. Great for you. Now, if you're like me and you've only got bands and body weight to play with, you're going to need to adjust your calories accordingly. So if previously before the gyms closed, you were on a cut, you're going to need to bring your calories up to maintenance. However, if you were bulking previously, like myself, you're going to need to drop those calories down to maintenance. I was previously bulking on calories of 3,600. So I've dropped these calories down to 3,200. Initially, I did see a drop in my body weight. So I was hovering around 84, mid 84s. My body weight dropped down to 84. However, now it's stabilised. So now you've adjusted your calories accordingly, the next thing you need to do is keep that protein as high as it was before. So 1 gram per pound of body weight, or 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight, if that's the metric you're using to weigh yourself. So this will ensure that you will maintain as much muscle mass as possible during this period, so that when you go back into the gym, you've not lost any actual physical muscle tissue. All that you'll lose during this period is fullness in the muscle, because you're eating less carbohydrates, you're not training, and you may lose some strength. That's just due to neurological adaptations. So training is a skill. Being able to bench press, it's a skill. When you train that often, what you're doing is you're neurologically getting better at that skill, therefore you get stronger. When you get stronger at an exercise, not all of that strength is due to building more muscle. A lot of that is just being better at that skill. You don't necessarily have to continue using MyFitnessPal or whatever you use to track your food. You don't have to meticulously weigh your food and continue like you did before. However, what I suggest you do is ensure that you're getting a high quality protein source every 3 or 4 hours to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. Protein is the only macronutrient that your body cannot store. Carbohydrates, fat, they can both be stored. However, protein your body cannot store, so we need regular feedings of protein throughout the day in order to maintain that muscle mass that you've worked hard to build the last 4 months. Now you've got your nutrition sorted, the next thing we need to think about is your training. So there are 3 pillars or mechanisms to hypertrophy. The first one being mechanical tension, the second one being muscle damage, and the third one being metabolic stress. So mechanical tension is the load that you're putting on the muscle. So if you're physically using more load, so say you'll go from benching 100 kilo to 120 kilo, you've got more mechanical tension on that muscle. The second one is going to be muscle damage. So these are the small micro tears that you get in the muscle from controlling those slow eccentrics. And the third one is going to be metabolic stress. So this is the lactate, the hydrogen ions, basically the pump that you build up through the workout. We're going to have limited mechanical tension because we haven't got much load. We've only got body weight and bands. The next 2 things we can think about are muscular damage and metabolic stress. How can we do this? So, by using bands, we can really focus on every single contraction, slow eccentrics all the way up, squeeze the muscle at the bottom. Now with body weight and bands, you're not necessarily going to be growing any new muscle. All we're going to be doing is stimulating the muscle enough to maintain what we have. So the research suggests that we can maintain the muscle we have with 1/9 of the previous volume that we gained the muscle with. So we don't need to really do that much to maintain the muscle that we've already built. What I suggest you do is use everything you can, get creative, think of anything you can use. So you can use your bands that you've got, you can use your body weight, you can do sofa dips. If you're struggling for any ideas, just head over to my Instagram, and on there I've got some workout ideas. So I've got an upper body workout, a lower body workout, and a core workout that I've posted on there. My final tip for you is just stay active. Go for walks every day. If you've got a dog, you've got absolutely no excuse. I'll take your dog for a walk for you if you want. What's her name? I'll take her for a walk. I'm just assuming that's a he. Could be a boy, could be a girl. And that's going to be all, people. I think what you need to take away from this is the main thing of what you can do is simply keep your nutrition good, keep your protein intake high, don't overeat, don't significantly undereat, as that's going to negatively affect you and put you at risk of losing muscle. And make sure you're doing something: push-ups, pull-ups, use those bands, wall sits, eat your protein, keep your calories at maintenance, and you should be absolutely fine, ready to go for when the gym's open in a month's time. Or 3 weeks time. It's 3 weeks from now. That's going to be all. See you later.